So WB Games and PlayStation are both in very interesting spots right now. If you haven't been keeping up with gaming and gaming news over the past few months, it was becoming more and more obvious that PlayStation wanted to head in the direction of more live service titles, and then WB wanted to kind of do the same thing. They wanted to make more games live service, but after the success of Hogwarts Legacy this year being the best-selling game of the year, outpacing things like Call of Duty and Pokemon and all of these other games that are always heavy hitters, it was very apparent that maybe that's not the best idea. And then Helldivers 2 came out, and a lot of us were thinking, hey, like, if this is how they're going to approach a live service game and a live service studio, this is how it should be done. Even though, obviously, Helldivers 2 is not PlayStation exclusive and it is on PC, it is still, like, in that realm of being a third-party exclusive because it's not on Xbox. However, now, now it seems like PlayStation and WB are going in the exact opposite direction that makes sense. Basically, if you didn't know, Helldivers 2 has had an insane success story, and I personally think it's one of the most fun live service games I've played in a very long time. It runs incredibly smoothly, it's super easy to get addicted to, and honestly, this is a game I could see myself coming back and picking up every now and then because there's so much to do. Now, this is where me and PlayStation seem to have a different opinion. There were a lot of live service games that myself personally I was kind of excited for from PlayStation IPs, like that Last of Us one that they were working on, but that one got canceled, and it seems like Sony is kind of dialing it back with PlayStation live service titles and kind of going more into the exclusives / like single player, maybe multiplayer, but not live service multiplayer type of games. And I'm okay with this because I think some of the best games we've ever gotten have been PlayStation exclusives, like The Last of Us, the original game. So it's not something that bothers me all that much. I just think it's funny how they release and partner with the Helldivers 2 dev team to drop one of the best live service games that we've gotten in literal years. I think Helldivers 2 is probably one of the best multiplayer games to release within the last few years. And then they decide to kind of backtrack. It's so odd. And the reason I brought up WB is because they're doing the exact opposite. They had one of the most successful gaming stories we've ever seen in gaming. They were releasing a game that was getting blacklisted. The streamers playing the game were getting on don't watch lists from certain crowds, and this game was having massive boycotts to it, and it still was the best-selling game of the year. And the game, in my opinion, is extremely mid on almost everything besides the designs of the main attraction, which would be the castle for that Hogwarts Legacy game. So WB sees this, they see all of the excitement people have for it, all of the videos and the talk around how this game, if it just tweaked and improved some little things here and there, it would be phenomenal. And they decide to then backtrack and want to head in a more live service direction. It seems like WB and Sony are both extremely out of touch with not just what the public wants and the public perception of things, but it feels like they seriously do not know what to do. And then to top it all off, WB also just had the massive failure that is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, I made my own video reviewing that game and talking about how much it actually hurt me to play, and that's fine. That's my opinion. If you don't share that opinion, it's fine, but you can't argue that this game was successful because it really wasn't. I mean, even WB themselves came out and confirmed that it was a disappointment. It didn't land like they thought it would. And instead of being maybe we should focus on a single player experience, they are now wanting to do more live service games. It's almost like they see Helldivers 2 and they're like, look, that is how to do a live service game. Let's do that. And then Sony sees Hogwarts Legacy plus the release of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and they're like, okay, this is why we need to do single player games more. Like, I don't understand. It's so odd to see, but I mean, it's kind of, who's that surprised, really? Like, corporate people are out of touch with the gaming sphere. So I just thought I would do a really quick video to kind of circle back with this topic. This is something I'm going to keep my eye on. I think it's super interesting because now people are theorizing that the next like Hogwarts Legacy type game is going to be a live service game. People are thinking that maybe we'll see more from PlayStation now in the exclusive and single player aspect, which would be cool either way. I'm just excited to see what this leads to, because it's definitely going to be more content for me to make. Anyways, that's going to be it. Something super quick. Like I said in the last video, I'm working on a very big project right now. It's going to be a 2-part video series, so keep your eye out for that. I might kind of go disappear for a couple days to focus on making that video, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one later.